Hello everybody. Today I'm going to be talking about string theory. As I mentioned earlier in my video about what are wormholes, I mentioned I'm going to talk about string theory soon. So this is a video. So where did the idea of string theory even come from? So I have to first talk about this. In quantum mechanics, it's almost impossible to see elementary particles. They're so small, light passes right through them. The only way you can see them is making the wave's length shorter by adding more energy. For this reason, we don't know precisely where a particle is or where it's going. This is basically what Heisenberg's uncertainty principle states. We don't know how it looks like or what it is in nature, or what its nature is. All we know is that they exist. Just like shown in this background, we don't know where they are, how fast are they going. We can only find out where they are, but then we don't know how he looks. If we find out how they look, we don't know how they are. So we cannot find out the nature of them. All we know is that they exist. If that's the case, how can we do science with it? Well, what humans do is we invent a new mathematical theory. For everything we don't understand, we create theories to help it make sense. Just like the Big Bang, for example, it was useful for several things. This new theory, so we made a new theory, and the theory's name was the point particle. What is the point particle? The point particle basically is, we pretend that an electron is a point in space, for example this. The electron has a certain charge and a certain mass. We pretend all electrons are completely identical. So this is the same here, the same here, this is the same here, this is the same here. Even if there's a trillion particles of this, it's always the same. We did this so that physics could design them and learn all of the interactions. Everything is built upon this. Well, there's one thing that is missing in the picture. This is gravity. So with the point particle, it does not explain gravity because unlike all the other forces in the universe, gravity is different. It's a constant force. So this is where string theory was invented. So first I have to explain what is gravity. Gravity is the geometry of space-time itself. For this reason, we have to measure it with absolute precision. Because it is impossible to measure things accurately in the quantum world, as I've mentioned, because of the Heisenberg uncertainty principle, our story of gravity doesn't work with our story of quantum physics. When physicists tried adding this to the story, their mathematics broke down. If we could merge quantum physics and gravity together, we would create the theory of everything, and that is the theory Einstein was trying to find for the last 3 decades of his lifetime. This is where some smart people came up and decided to continue his theory. This is called either superstring theory or string theory. What is the origins of the string theory and what it is? So this idea started by this. Smart people came up with a theory. This was what is more complex than a point? A line. A string. This is where string theory came from. The reason it's so special is that it describes many elementary spirals as different modes of the vibration of the string vibration. So let me give you an example. Just like a violin can give you different notes, string theory can give you different particles. Most importantly, this includes gravity. It promises to unify all the fundamental forces of the universe. And string theory quickly graduated in those days to the theory of everything. So imagine the point particle theory. So it did not give you gravity, but the string theory vibrates, okay? So it vibrates and creates these particles. All the particles in the universe is what it created. So the idea is that shortly after the Big Bang, these quantum fluctuations happened, and these created strings which we call cosmic webs. These once the universe expanded, these also expanded and grew light years apart. So this is string theory. This is the string in the string theory. So in conclusion, I have to say something. Unfortunately, string theory requires 10 dimensions to work. No prediction of the string theory has been proven, so it does not reveal the story of the universe. But as people have done, the Big Bang might not be real, but we use it and that works out. Just like this, the maths using string theory still works out, and that is why string theory is useful. Thank you for listening, and that was the end of my video.